Hey everybody, this is Melina from ScrapBookingWithMe.com and Me Crafty Scrapper here on YouTube and Instagram and over on Facebook at Me Crafty Scrapper Creates. And I had some requests asking if I would show how I'm going to sew this signature into this floatable spine that I've made. And I have shown this on at least 3 videos that I know of. And when you are wanting to find something on my channel that you don't know that I've done or something, all you have to do is when you go to my channel on YouTube, there's a search bar at the top. It says search in Melina Pylant's channel, and you just put in floating spine, and every video that I've ever done that in is going to pop up. You know, that's going to pop up. But I will go through this. I will speed it up once I start binding and sewing in, because y'all have seen me sew in a signature like 11,000 times. So you don't have to have that in real time in this video, because I've done it in real time in probably 12 videos already. So yeah. Okay, first off, I'm going to go, this floating spine is 1.5 inches wide. And so 3/4 of an inch is my midpoint. So I'm going to make a little midpoint line here. And then I'm just going to go down, making that midpoint in a few places. And then that way, when I get it going this way, I can make me a straight line. So I'm going to move all of this over first. I'm going to lay down my little spine here, and then I'm going to get everything lined up, or as close to lined up. I mean, I'm not a perfectionist, so this is not going to be a perfect straight line, but it's just going to get me pretty much on point for where that middle signature is going to go. So I've got 3 signatures. It's going to go in this journal. So there is my midpoint for the first one. So then I'm just going to move over just a little bit and put another one. So probably, what are we thinking? You know, I'm not even going to be Pacific, as Bethany used to call it. 1 1/4 is going to be another line, and then let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 eighths or something to that effect is going to be another one. Yeah, that looks about all right. Like I said, I'm not going to be just like scientifically perfect. I say that, and then there, you know, I go counting all of my little hash marks. So here we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, there, and then 1 1/4 there, and then I'm gonna just flip it this way, get it as straight as I possibly can according to my little hashy marks. Okay, yes, this is extra steppage, and if you're not into that, you don't have to measure. I've sewn in signatures that I didn't measure it all the way across. I mean, and they turned out fine. Y'all bought them. They turned out fine. Do not have to do this step. Do not have to be a perfectionist. But it does get them, you know, pretty lined up. Then we're looking at lengthwise 8.5. So I'm going to go, what, 4 1/4, for about 4 1/4 would be there. So I'm making some big circles at 4 1/4. And then I'm just gonna go up to about the 1 1/2 mark to make my top. So that's going to be where my top binding is, and then go down to, let's just do 7 inches. So that's going to be where I put my bottom binding. So top hole in the signature, mid hole in the signature, bottom hole in the signature. I'm going to get my foam platform, my awl, my wax thread, and my needle is in here. Okay, and then I'm just going to go through, bore the holes. Alright, I'm going to do my middle signature first. So I'm going to get some big clips after I knock everything off. And make sure everything's lined up like it should be. And put my big clips on here. Likey that. Okay. And then I'm going to line up where I need to do the holes in this. So I can go like this, and I can go at, I'm going to make it with my pencil. So 4 1/4, and then 1 1/2, and 7. Yeah, I didn't get that pencil mark where I should have gotten it. That's for sure. Okay, and then I'm just going to kind of line it up and make sure. Then I'm going to be like, okay, that looks about right. Not caring if it's absolutely positively perfect. And I'm going to go through all my little pencil marks in my signature. And then I'm just going to line up like this, and that's pretty good. And get my needle, get my thread. I think I'm just going to leave it on the spool. I'm not even going to cut it off. We'll see how that works. Okay, so then I'm going to go through my middle, inside to outside, and then through the middle here. Okay, and then butt that up against there. And then you're going to go through the middle hole of your floating spine, and just make sure you got enough thread. And then you're going to go through the bottom of your signature and hope, yes, that it comes through, and it did. Okay, so now you've got a little bit more leverage to keep that floating spine there. Then you're going to go through the top hole that you made in the signature, and you're going to hope that it's all lined up and it all goes through well. There we go. And then you're going to go through that middle in the floating spine. Don't worry if it's not tight right now. You don't have to worry about that. Okay, then I'm going to go through that middle hole again of the floating spine. Pull that on through. And I'm going to go through the middle hole outside to inside, and then see if I've got a needle point, and I don't, so I have to go back out. Don't ever worry if you go in like that and you go, oh no, I don't have the needle point in the middle. Just keep on going in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. It'll eventually work out. Okay, so there I am. And you're just going to put this needle on the opposite side of that mid thread point. So you've got an end on this side and an end on this side. And I've got way too much thread here. Okay, and I don't have a lot of pages in each signature, so I don't have to tug and pull too much. Okay, so now on this floating spine, you can tell I'm really close to one edge, and I've got quite a bit hanging off on the other edge. But when I go to put it in my book, if I want to, I can trim that off in the end, because the other signatures are going to be lined up the same way if I do the same measurements. And I can just trim that off if I want to, or I can put some kind of decorative something there if I want to. I'm not worried about that, y'all. If you are, you need to do better measuring than I do. So, there you go. That's all I got to say about that. Now I need to trim off my thread. Make sure everything's tight, but don't pull too hard, because if you're doing a thin signature like me, you don't have that much to go through, and you don't want to rip any of your pages. So then I'm going to get my bone folder, and I'm going to squish down that double knot I just did, and I'm going to do a bow. I didn't do my signature in the middle of my signature, my ribbon, just because I'm good with this one not having ribbon in the middle of the signature. Okay, I'm just going to leave it like that. Take off my big clips, fold it up. Okay, and now I'm ready to do the same thing, same exact thing, to the front signature and the back signature. And they'll be lined up like that. And then we'll put them in the journal like that. Alright, so there they all three are sewed in to my floating spine, my 1.5 inch floating spine. And I know that I'm probably going to get comments, so I'll go ahead and address it right now. I had requests for this, so that's why I'm showing this. I have had to delete rude comments about, well, I don't know why you showed that because nobody asked for it. Or you've shown that before, so your videos would be shorter if you just move on and do something else. If somebody asks, I am a teacher of this craft. So if somebody asked, even if I have shown it before, I'm going to try my best to show it again. It might not be in real time. I might speed it up like I have here, but I am going to try my best to answer questions and demonstrate what I am doing in a video series, whatever. If I can help, I want to. I will refer lots to videos that I've already done before. If you don't want to see this, or you're perfect at this, you don't have to watch that part that I just did. You can, go on to the decorating or whatever else I'm doing. But, if somebody's going to leave a comment about, a snarky comment about something like that, just don't. That's my advice. Just don't. And also the comments about, well, so-and-so does it like this. And so-and-so way is much easier. You know what? I'm older. This works for me. I've been doing this for a lot of years. And it works the way I do it. And I'm good. I'm good. And if somebody else's way is easier for you to do, go for it. I love that. Go for it. I'm not against that. I'm not telling you not to watch anybody else. Whatever. But I'm taking the time to make this video and trying to demonstrate and help as much as I possibly can. So I'm good. I'm good. I'm going to get some score tape and we're going to go over every bit of this with score tape. If you have some other type of really strong score tape or really strong double-sided tape, go for it. I know there are other tapes out there. I know there are other things out there that probably work better or might work a little bit better, but this has always worked for me. I've never had a problem with it, and this is what I use. I keep reminding myself the way I'm talking about all this. Can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, I'm not all about that. I know that there are new ways of doing stuff, but you know, when something works, I'm good. I'm good. And I'm just going to do what works. What's always worked for me until it stops working for me. And then, of course, I'll move on to something else. I'll watch somebody else's YouTube that's lots better than I am. And I'll see how they did it. And I'll go, ooh, that probably would be better. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, I'm going to take off the backing. And then I'm going to get my liquid glue. And I'm going to do fabric liquid glue. And I'm going to put that all over the back also, just to give me a reinforced, surefire, it's sticking and we good kind of reassurance all around the edges. Okay, this is going to give me a little bit of leverage to move it back and forth how I need to before it sets. And then you got to make sure top is top. You're good, just like that. And you're going to put down your spine how you need it. I'm going to come down just a little bit because I am so high up at the top on the spine. Alright, and then I'm going to squish her down. And then moving that down some has left me some room up here if I want to punch a hole or something to do some blingy bling. I can. I've got some room up there to do that. Okay, and then I'm going to pop that off and let them all fly open. And I'm going to get my bone folder and go down the middles of all of them just to make sure that that score tape and my fabric glue and all that is nice and adhered. Ooh, I got some squishy down at the bottom. There we go. And then across the front. A little bit squishy at the top too. And look at there, y'all. We've got a triple signature inside of an altered book journal. And look at there, how pretty that looks. I love it. And then, of course, you know, we got to fill it up. So it's going to get thicker and thicker, but I don't believe we'll have any problem with Pac-Man mouth, you know, like your journal doing like that when it's too full because the spine wasn't wide enough. I think we're going to be a-okay with that. Even if it grows to, like, say, there, we're still good. Alright, I'm going to get the rest of this yucky glue that has squished out. And of course I could have made some really long pages so that it goes out further onto the cover. I could do that. I can still make tip outs, flip outs, things like that on the edges of the pages if I want to, that can flip on out to be as long as the cover if I want to. But now when you close it up, so you're not too far away from the edge of the book. So, you know, it's 6 to 1, half a dozen to the other. Whatever you want to do. But I love that. I love how good that is already, just flip-flopping back and forth. Too cute. On these inside covers, I think what I'm wanting to do is do a fold-out pocket, because I love that scrapbook paper so much. I don't want to just completely cover up every bit of this. So I think I will do like a hinge here and have a flip out pocket front and back like that, and maybe do a clear acetate pocket on here, and then just have the flip out on top of that. And then I'll go through and decorate, and I'll put in the tabs and the pulls and the whatever on all of the pages. And I'll come back in another video and show you the complete flip through of this, show you what I've done, how I did it, you know, if there's some extra, you know, frou-frou stuff in here. But I mean, I'm a basic junk journal maker, so nothing that I do is like astronomical brain, you just smashing stuff. I just love being able to tell you how I did something, show you how I did something, and if there's a newcomer to paper crafting or junk journaling, they can get some ideas from me. So, you know, I hope that I help. Y'all have a great day. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, y'all.